Hi, my name is Steph. If you'd like to come on in for a mystery message, mystery spirit message, we're going to utilize a pick a pile. I'll reveal in just a moment. We'll add on tarot and oracle, and where Mr. Paranormal Plasma here is, we have Ghost Tube kicking for any audio additions from the afterlife that may further inspire. So please do receive a release freely. And when you're ready, let's go. Scooch up your chair and decide which pile speaks to you, whether it's 1, 2, 3, or there's a specific order. We do have a lion rune here. For number 1, we have a lion. I don't know what that is yet. We have a duck for pile 2, if that symbol's been standing out to you lately. And for pile 3, we have a seal.
Frustrated.
So, maybe you're frustrated. You can take a moment to choose. I'm going to open up. Timestamps are below if you want to fast forward and get at her. Taking a nice deep breath. Closing the eyes, cleansing the palette of perception, releasing the race and the rush. Activating the abstract mind and ancient awareness to perceive and receive symbolic support in the name of anyone here at any time. May you meet a message with meaning. Gratitude for holding space for me to share my insights.
Fire.
And may you meet a message with meaning. All right, let's go. Pile 1, welcome. A lion. I'm going to take a moment to read this. Your lion rune that has stepped forward. The lion spirit brings dignity, courage, power, and balance. The lion leads with a loving heart and defends fiercely, confidently in their birthright of power. Your lion spirit can help you to learn to hold your head high, stand tall, have faith, even in times of discord. So if you'd like to receive that, sorry if my nails are gross, but you're probably used to it by now. Let's dig in.
What date is it?
We are May 20th, 2024. And then we also have here for the Ted Andrews animal rune is caution, camouflage, if that means anything. Do you know what it makes me feel like? It makes me feel as though we haven't even gotten into the scroll set yet. And if this scroll set is one of one, and I will put the link below in the description if you're interested in this scroll set specifically. What it makes me feel like is you might be camouflaging yourself a little bit. And it draws me into where the lion spirit can help you to hold your head up high, stand tall, and have faith in the way you might stand out. However, even with standing in your own skin, right? The spirit, the soul embodied. And you might be working, or sorry if that word,
Undecided.
Pile 1, if you're here, you might, how do I say, move through life hidden. Now, for some, this is a great place, right? Like a hunter, camouflaging, waiting for the pounce type thing. And if that's what you're working with consciously, I feel like that camouflage is really working to your advantage. For others, if you feel like a wallflower, you might always feel behind the scenes in some way, shape, or form. I'm hearing out of sync.
Film.
Even though I don't know that that's the right wordage, but I'm going to throw it out there. Also, for some, you might be while taking inspiration from other people, places, or things, as we all are interconnectedly here to inspire each other, it's almost as if maybe you're not feeling recognizable within your own skin or in your own self in some way, shape, or form, whatever this is, because so many other, if I take the hunting analogy, so many other leaves, debris that you've picked up along the way, different personalities of people, places, or things that you adore, whatever the case is. And now it's like, oh, who's this? Who's this? And then it's like coming home from that camping trip and taking the leaves out of your hair and changing your clothes and showering and kind of cleansing the palette almost of your person. All right. I'm going to grab some scrolls here as well.
Greetings.
But I feel greetings. I feel like we're already off to the races, pile 1. You guys are quite potent. I'm only going to grab 3 from this pile. Okay. And it looks like we have the astrology the astrology scrolls. So there's 13 scrolls in here. Like I said, if you're interested in this mini deck, I'll put the link below. If you want to add to a current set you might already have, or if you're looking to just get started, or whatever the case is. Oh my goodness. I could edit all this awkwardness out, but it's human and we're going to go with it. So the way I'm seeing this is if like a bull was going to bed and they're able to take their horns off.
Turn it off.
I'm also seeing a half moon, like the crescent moons of sorts, but they're like sleeping. Man in the moon is coming through, man in the moon. I don't know if that symbology means anything to anyone specifically. Okay.
Work.
It might be dream work, astral work. Okay, I'll grab that deck. Sorry, pile one. We're just here for it. We're here for it, and I appreciate you. What is it? Like unplugged or unplanned? It truly is organic. There's something in the sleep state or subconscious state that draws me into what you're moving towards. Oh, look, there's the man in the moon right there. Something about, it doesn't have to be bull horns, but maybe horns mean something to you specifically. And like taking them off at nighttime, like you would glasses or contacts.
How many?
And you would put in maybe like a mouth guard or something like that. Like there's certain things you take on and put on in preparation for a comfortable sleep state or preparation. What is this? Can we help me out? By location, because there's something that even some of you might work with a sleep mask or a weighted blanket, something to also help set the stage, set the scene. Because I'm seeing this, there's a person up there and here around the moon. This, okay, so for some as well, I feel like this is more feminine energy, not expression of energy. It's like the masculine energy dives into it during the sleep state, but the feminine energy works with it during the wake state. I don't know if that makes any sort of sense. There's question marks here. Some of you might question. I kind of come back into holding your head up high. I feel like in this space, I hold my head up high quite clearly. Centered power. Holding the head up high. Hands up, baby, hands up. Give me your heart, give. But it's almost, again, it's like moving from in the sleep state or whatever these other realms in that you work in meditatively, this, that, or the other. It's all very normal, confident. You can stand out and it feels well. Like
Walter.
For whatever reason, it feels well. Hi, Walter. But when I flip that same energy, feminine energy, just for me, it can feel anything to you. When I'm moving through those in the awake state, I want to camouflage. I don't want to stand out. Or there's so much that I've used to protect myself with over the times, years, days, weeks, etc. I keep being asked to I don't want to sound crude about it, but like take it off, start picking the branches out, leaves out of your hair. It's the kindest, it's like these extra earthly energies that are attached to me. It's not earth. Actually, in the leaves, they're symbolic of something. But I feel very centered and open in these altered states or these other realms. And this is what it feels like. Like that's where you're the sage or the mythic or the mythos, and it's all very, it's home. It's home. Temperance, that might mean something to you, or Sagittarius, okay, which is bringing me into, which I call Sagittarius the sages, so maybe wherever Sagittarius is in your chart, or simply the fire energy, the fire element coming through. Because I'm seeing it like a dragon, and there's a dragon in here. Like this is but it's like one of those wise old dragons with like wee little glasses on the end of his nose. And it's like, oh, you're back. Yes, come on in. We've been expecting you since the last time you were here. That was fun. Okay. Sorry. Oh, I'm so weird. I love it. Okay. Let's add on a few more cards. So maybe you might identify with that. And maybe that's part of the discomfort.
What is happening?
Is in this state, sleep, subconscious, spiritual state, your spiritual body, your spirit, your oversoul, call it whatever you will. You have this understanding of your centered power, but you also with bilocation exist here, and you might feel a little blindfolded. Like, how do I move through this from sleep to wake and live my mythicdom, your mythicness? Temperance. Keeps coming back to temperance.
Granddaughter.
Change, travel, sorry, and the card seer. So you might be a seer, a mythic, a sage, any title that feels well to you. For some, I'm hearing it's almost like it's even uncomfortable to say that, to say that as a statement, as how I might call myself. I'm back into the camouflage rune, caution, because I've been so cautious about sharing that part of me. It's almost like I would use every other word but that. So if you maybe say land in more magician, mage, sage, seer, psycho, literally pick any word. Here. And then, but when you're like out in the waking world, to say, oh, I am this, or even if, whether in any degree of it, a novice, apply a measurement, there's a hesitation. It's like, oh, no, you might use every other word, but. Okay. You travel dimensions. There's
what
another,
is your name?
There's another dragon in here. There's another dragon in here. Very, very long neck dragon. Respite. That's a really nice feeling. Right in there. That's a really nice feeling. In command. See, it's like the caution or cautious, camouflage in command. This is all the camouflage. The overgrowth, maybe the overgrowth. And I kind of want to prune all this back. And then take I'm going to say the center stage. And I don't mean to shine the light on anyone that's like, no, don't say as such. Don't say as such. Okay, thank you. Because moderation just came through. It's doing it in bits. It's like clearing away the tombstone of these thoughts little by little. That's okay. That's okay.
Lauren.
All right, let's add on Magic of You card. I hope you guys are doing well. This is amazing. Thank you. Take a deep breath. Because you are a phenomenon. Be still and listen to the spirits. Where do I want to put that? I think I'm going to put that right over the sleep state. One eye open. The seer has one eye open, one eye closed. Odin might also mean something to you. Sleep and wake. Some of you also might consider traveling somewhere to a place that inspires you or a person that inspires you. Again, this isn't to add more camouflage. I was going to say it all bougie. Camouflage. This is actually somebody who can help you pick out the camouflage or take some of it off. Very earthly energy. Feel loved and proud with Nas. This is the emotions of it. It's almost like you get to take off all of this overgrowth moderately. We're not looking to trigger feeling like just bare and all, just bare and just there it is. There's couth to this, for your own sake. There is wise
Rest in
camouflage as
peace.
well, so that you can still cover up when need be. Soothe, like the eye mask, the blanket, whatever the case, clothes, whatever it is. But it's almost like in this card, it's like, because you see her up there, like part of her, but it could be anyone,
Slam.
is exposed and vulnerable. But this is the bundle that you get afterwards, and you get to look at it. Thank you. And in there, it becomes a nest. So it's almost like by taking it off you, keeping some, of course, we're intelligent here, but that can become nest material for more messages, And then flash over. It's all in your head. I want to note, like, I want to put these two together. Okay. Can you give me a moment here? Because this Chariot with Nas, feel loved and proud.
Convicted.
I'm happy here. I feel as though like these are two little ants and they're on one bead of grass on either side, and they are happy when they get to this. They're like, hey, what are you doing here, Bob? This is great. And they work together, subconscious, conscious, masculine, feminine, whatever, to peel that blade of grass in two and share. Does that make sense? I'm seeing somebody chisel and then like a hammer in something. I don't know what it is. It doesn't have to be literal, of course. The number 11 is stepping forward.
Go away.
When I come back to this dragon, but I'm actually seeing, when I see the dragon zoom out, but when I go in just to the eye, I see somebody like sleepwalking or tired, and I'm dragging my blanket behind me like
Dead.
like a blanket. Is it Peanuts or Charlie Brown? But because it's a weighted blanket or whatever this is, and I have me a weighted blanket, so don't get me wrong, I'm all about it. But it's like dragging a dead body around with you. And they're in your head. I don't know if this is thoughts or if this is somebody else's energy. Okay, let's add on a final oracle card for you guys. Active love, yes or no. If anything is standing out in the symbology of the card, please follow that. See, that guy has like puppets.
Dark.
So it's like in some cases it's like the puppet master, of course, which I can wander into. But then in another way, it's like children shows. Something seeing, I'm going to say it the way I'm here. Seeing faces talk. Like right now, you're seeing my face, Yamaron. Some of you might be channelers. Candle, that's lovely. It's okay to be youthful and have fun. Try different things. Don't be a chicken.
Killed.
Don't be a chicken. Because sometimes there are energies that have been through other traumas. Or maybe, I'm going to say it this way, and I don't mean it this way, but this is how it feels. That lack feeling loved or heard. And it's almost like I can relate, as I've said, like growing up sensitive, and the spirits used to come to my bed in their last state, which isn't always pleasant, right? Especially when you're 6 years old, and it's horrifying. But some of you might have your own experiences with that, and maybe that's kind of like the dead body being dragged around. And I don't mean to be so creepy about it, but you are here, so I feel like you have some sort of understanding from that space. And don't be chicken, to step into this. Some of you also might be into psychometry really, really well, or haunted objects. Maybe you have haunted objects and you sense that. Okay, so then I have promise here and this handshake. This has been a thing coming up for me lately in the readings, is a handshake.
Please listen.
I feel like there might be somebody, I don't know if they're in this other dimension that you feel uber confident in, can stand up, lion. It's almost like when you go through like the Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe, you're the lion over there. And then when you come here or wake up, you might feel like a mouse. And I get it. Compassionately, I'm here with you. I'm so here with you. And it's like, I'm curious, am I being entertained?
False.
Or am I, like, what is the face saying? Do you know what I mean? Or the energy saying? Is somebody in costume? And when I say somebody, this feels like I'm not placing it on a person. This just feels like in general, right? Being undercover in disguises or costumes. It's like everyone's decorated, and I'm unsure even how to move through picking off all those other decorations when interacting with people, places, or things to get to the core of it. But I also appreciate others' costumes, camouflage. So there's a little bit of a thing here. But nonetheless, I want to come into promise, this handshake. Somebody has asked, I don't know
We're here.
I don't know. Thank you. I don't know what realm this is in. I feel as though, I'm just going to say it. I feel as though something else.
Suffocate.
Yeah, in another realm, tried to get my attention to stay here. Look at all this. It's like a children's, stay here. But these are more adult feelings, or the way it's presented. Even though when I'm looking at these two, I feel more childlike, youthful. That means I could be 39, 422 years old. So whatever that actually means, I don't know. But you can imagine, right? Maybe just other energies that want your attention. Look here. I'm trying to take your picture, Smile. Look. And somewhere along the lines, you met somebody else. And you're shaking hands with this. It feels, I'm going to say equal, not the same. It feels similar, not the same. Okay, I'm just going to leave it at that. And these energies are like, it's like they're looking. They're looking. See their faces again. What are the faces saying? They're looking over at this going,
no thanks.
Because this is what you said, no thanks to this. And the wise dragon comes in. Pile 1, I'm sorry if I yammered on. I am so grateful for you, for your time, attention, and awareness, and your support truly warms my haunted heart. If you want to drop an emoji or any sort of comment, what you see, sense, or feel, any interactions, I am so grateful for you. Link is below if you're interested in this set quite specifically. And until next time, I'll see you on the flip side for whatever other number or for another read. Bye. Pile 2, your rune was the duck, and I'm just going to start off with this read. So if you'd like to take in duck spirit animal, power symbol, etc. The duck spirit brings unity, fidelity, and balance to the mind and emotions. Duck teaches one how to handle emotions and live in the moment. Your duck spirit will help you let go of grudges,
Shelf.
behaviors, and old patterns of living. Interesting. Pile 2. You've upgraded, so some things are outdated, right? It's like Windows Vista, I don't know, Windows 10, 5, 3, 2, and now you're like Windows 11, 12, maybe even a different Windows I don't even know about yet. You know what I'm saying? Or Safari, I don't know. All right, let's dig in here. As you can see, we've already got messes made. We're going to grow this mess together. Your Ted Andrews rune is the Jaguar Reclaim. There's the balance, the mind and emotions, reclaiming. There's a prowl. There's a prowl afoot. But I feel like this is a really good prowl. This is me like lurking, but it feels so good. Like I am taking my time to lurk and linger in the paths that I made. Again, it's like maybe neural pathways, energetic connections, your physical earthly connections, whatever the case is, right? You guys are wise enough. You can place it. I don't need to constipate myself. And this is where it's at. It's like finding this balance.
Not.
That's not in balance. Perhaps even letting go of some grudges along the way. All right, let's get into your scrolls. Pile 2. This scroll set, actually, let's see which one it is the chakra set. So this is a small set of 7. I will put of one. I'll put the link below to this specific set if you're interested in being the one who snags it. And I appreciate your support if you do decide to step forward. All right, great to add on to a current existing set if you've already got scrolls, or to start scrying with scrolls or give it a try, all that kind of good stuff. All right, so, oh my goodness, like we're right in there. Okay. You guys get the triangle. This is how I'm feeling that. So you know the drill as well. If you see, sense, or feel anything. Something about getting my ducks in a row as well. But I keep hearing it like quack, 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 quack.
Capricorn.
Okay, let's dig in here. And for those of you that are familiar with me and you've seen some of these scrolls before, and then now I'm ready to let them go out into the world so I can make more. So I thank you. Everything like returns back the investment into making more sets. This is my bare necessities card. Dun, dun, dun. Bare necessities, getting to the bare bones of something. It's just like that prowl with like one headlight on high beams, low beams,
Joshua.
fog lights on. There's all this, like I'm the one illuminating. That's how this makes me feel. I'm the one who's illuminating. I am the illuminator. Because I'm hearing the song Prodigy, Firestarter, but illuminator. And maybe that's an old way, Firestarter, torch, torchbearer. You might resonate with any of those terms. You do see, but you're also to see, you're prowling through perceptions. Thank you. So it's like perceptions are like just a regular headlight. And then when you turn on fog lights,
I'm hiding.
High beams, perspective. And like when you put your high beams on, or if the fog lights, depending on the conditions, right in front of you or widen, it's like, oh, I can see so much more of the road. Perspective. Or sorry, perception. I'm perceiving. High beams, perspective. Fog lights, beautiful. Does that make sense? I feel like I kind of went off on a tangent there because I was driving along a road. Anyway, okay. There's something in my heart I don't want to hear, like my ears are plugged. They're actually trying to, it's like the earwax removal or something like that. I'm trying to like pull something out of my ears. I'm also seeing those as seals, so maybe I am not there yet, but pile 3 might be of value because I do recall there's a seal Rune there. Okay, where are we going? Thank you. Okay. Pile 2. We got a mega deck here of oracle cards. Change is on the bottom. Thunder Moon. Thunder. And maybe this is of the heart. There's a a gift coming in. I'm also seeing a pop-o-matic bubble. You know, like in that game, Trouble or Perfection, or any other game, I suppose. It's the pop-o-matic bubble. I'm seeing it right there. And then I'm also seeing the Staples easy button. Easy. Make it easy. Okay, I'll come back to you in a minute. So I have here resistance. Am I resisting this gift of possibly clairaudience? I might be feeling that way. But I don't know if I'm actually resisting it in the way one would say I'm resisting something. This actually might feel okay. So some of you might very much so be clairaudient. And when I say that as well, I don't actually just mean it in the clear space. I don't even know that a word exists yet. Hold on. Okay, I might just leave it at clairaudience, but if you can imagine that might be one layer, it's like the perceiving perspective. So it's like you have headlights and fog lights and high beams for your ears. I feel like I might resisting something earthly. It's earthly noise, opinions maybe it's the news, maybe it's, I don't know what it is. Maybe it's me right now and you're like rejected. That's fine. But there's a resistance. I'm very mindful of what I allow into my ear space. Maybe this is even thoughts about myself. But it's not just the earthly ears, it's also energetic ears, because there's some sort of power here, and you know that it's like somebody wants your attention, something, Lord knows.
Turn it off.
And you turn it, you stop listening because you're like, they are. And then when I say they, and I don't mean to be weird about it, but you know what I'm saying, just something, you can place it. I don't need to place it. You're the wise one. You're the oracle. I'm just here to inspire. It's like having a conversation and somebody's like is setting the stage because they want you to say something. You're listening and they want you to say something so that they can. I don't want to say take your power because that's not what I mean, but it's kind of what I mean. You're very wise to this. On the other hand, when you're in a reciprocal resonance relationship, friend, this, that, or the other, you can feel the power exchange is very respectful. Reciprocal, yes, as well, but respectful. And then there, you don't have to resist things. For some of you, that might be having this gift come down a little bit more strongly in regards to the clairaudience specifically, but also clear seeing. I want to know clear seeing looks different for everybody. It's like having glasses on. No prescription of perspective is the same. Whew. Oh, okay. So this card wants to come down. Beaver. It might take some work to find your prescription, your preferred prescription. Some people have the same prescription, but have you ever tried somebody else's? Have you ever tried somebody else's glasses on? It's like, oh, these are great. We have the same prescription, but the shape of their glasses, the brim of the glasses, how big they are, how wide they are. There's still all these other contributing factors that still personalize it for their face. So that's, yes. Okay. So I also have here surrender coming through. And I'm going to take a boo at this in just a moment. I want to thank you guys so much if you're still with me here, pile 2, because this feels... it feels like I'm reclaiming something. And interesting, the duck's just stepping forward. I know it talked about emotions, but I just stepped in with the emotions of it. Because before it was walking for me. And now the duck is floating. A rubber ducky, you're the one. That's the surrender. bath time, maybe. You make bath time so much fun. What is this going
Cupboard.
on? Sorry, one moment. I am seeing, I know this is a rock, or I think it's a rock depicted in the picture, and this might be as well. But I'm actually seeing them as two clear beings. Somebody walks with you. And if this was you, pile 2, sorry, it's almost as if this spirit, if I may, spirit in this, is actually looking at this energy behind you. I'm not sure if you know that they're there. Okay, so because I'm hearing camouflage, which brings me into pile 1. Interesting. They're camouflaged as rocks, this side or the other. And it's like this energy, as I'm into receiving said gift that's coming, I'm going to say down. It's like, but do you see this? I'm not saying it's good, bad, or ugly. It's just something about it. Maybe it's a grudge. Maybe it's a pattern. No, I don't know that I see it. I'll be honest with you. I don't think that I see it. But that's just me in this moment. Because if I turn and look at it, it looks like landscape. It's like, what's that show? It might be the show Legion. It's not the point, but if you know the show Legion, it might help you get there without me yammering on. There's one of the superhero people that is able to turn into inanimate objects. And throughout like the show, I guess, there's this inanimate object.
Inmate.
And it's her the whole time. That's what it feels like. You might have something in your home, in your space, around you. Could be a person's energy that they've left something or have placed something or given you something. And it taps them into your power. Headlights on. Headlights on. You will find it. You will find it. You will find if there's been any sort of deception. Deception, discovery, success. Because you're doing your work with all these different sets of headlights. Fog lights, high beams. You might cry a little bit about it. And I don't mean... It's disappointing. It's disappointing that some of your work has been siphoned. And when I say work, maybe it's your energetic work, your spiritual work, whatever the case is. But inevitably it was meant to teach you how to open and close the valve. And I don't want to say mistrust, because that's not necessarily the space of it.
Pisces.
Maybe how to moderate. Oh, see, and even through like 500 shuffles, this came up in pile 1. So maybe you do want to watch pile 1. How to moderate and walk away. Discerning resonance, relationships, people, places, even inanimate objects, right? Like to step forward to, maybe with crystals as a great example, and really spending time getting to know that crystal, hanging out with it, and building a resonance relationship with it. So when you ask and choose, would you like to be, rose quartz? Would you like to be part of this healing journey? Would you, is it stepping forward and you're hearing, right? You're hearing not the voice, but whatever the case is, or, it's like, you're like, oh, rose quartz would like to step forward for this. Awesome. There's somebody or something around you that is a little bit of siphony. And I feel like the detachment of it, it's going to be moderate. in moderate degrees, so there's not a clear sever, and it's shocking because then it's like that's going to cause a reaction that's like a tidal wave. But you're definitely getting better at discerning who is
Start.
Who amongst the relationship is adding or just simply taking. Because when they're adding, you're adding. But I think somewhere along the lines, there's something it's like having a spy camera in your house or something like that. Or like your what is that? The phone's tapped or the lamp is bugged. That's what it feels like. So I'm not looking to pinpoint a person, but there's definitely a thing. Maybe it's you and your
Dangerous.
grudges. I don't know, right? It could be in the grudges. It could be in patterns, negative behaviors. This is why I feel proudly. In the jungle, the mighty jungle, the lion sleeps tonight. Okay, sorry, pile 2. All right. Let's keep going here. I'm going to add on some oracle cards. I hope you're doing well. Like I said, this chakra set, that's all in black ink. I'll put the link below if you're interested in it. Justice. Oh my goodness. You make this discovery and you can get back to work. Also, something about work in regards to like your externalized energies. In exchange for money, energy, trades, this or that. Moderate them as well. Some of you might need a vacation as well. We have here Ouija coming through. The name William might mean something to somebody. Promise and backstory. Yeah, okay, thank you. Even myself, I just got to trust sometimes what you hear. Somebody might be a writer, considering writing, doing something. Anyway, it's going to be written. Something's written. There's a collaboration that's happening in regards to whatever. There's evidence. That's how I'm going to say that. There is evidence where there is a name written, your name, somebody else's name. Look deeper into them before you make the promise. Somebody's also looking into Akashic records. I don't know if this is you, of your own, or your shadow records, whatever the case is. Did that card come up in pile 1 as well? The handshake. Fascinating. Something about Baltimore. Is somebody going to Baltimore? Also some sort of work. I don't know if it's visual, a contract, but something about trademarking it.
Greetings.
Or ensuring if there's a collaboration that the other person, like you would have to it's like having 2 keys to get into the same lockbox. Nobody can take off with it without the 2 keys, without the approval of the 2 keys. Otherwise, there's a cause and effect that starts happening in this contract or this acknowledgement, this understanding. All right. Yeah? Okay. Let's get ready to close out here. Pile 2. You guys are great. Look at this vision board. Beautiful. Again, this could be within yourself. Maybe you're journaling. You're writing stuff down. Make a promise to yourself. I'm going to balance. I'm going to remove this. I want to, whatever your goals are. I could, say it negatively. Well, that's the way it came through. Or it's going to be like, these are my goals. Lose 10 pounds, gain 5 or 10 pounds of space, of lightness. Whatever this promise is to yourself, write it down. Don't share it. Don't share it. So we have here Ubuntu compassion for others, and Orienda, honor your magical mystical force. There's something seeping, sacrificing of the self, this, that, or the other. Oh, this is I really okay. So again, I'm not trying to like push you or influence you to pile one, but it was about camouflage, and this is what it felt like. Well, it is all connected, right? Yeah. Sometimes your compassion for others can camouflage your hearing, your clairaudience, your intuitions, your gut feelings of when you should walk away from
In
things.
danger.
Yeah, sometimes it just clouds it. You've already, like we've already said, the sacrifices and the seeping of somebody, something, an inanimate object, I don't know what it is just a little bit all in your mystical power, in your creative force. Nip it. Vertigo, whatever you choose will be correct, because I think that there's someone or something that is showing signs of your success, whatever that means to you, because I feel like it looks very familiar to you. Again, talking about the 2 keys, right? The 2 keys to open up the lockbox of sorts, or the whatever they're called, I don't know. And maybe you want to hold both keys, the left and right side of your brain, your body, the this, that, or the other, your balanced emotions, before you make a decision.
I can't.
That's how that makes me feel. But you know what it makes me also feel like in this other energy, and maybe it's of yours, I don't know, habits, the patterns, the this, that, or the other. You know there's 2 keys to open and unlock something, etc. It's like then I open a drawer and there's all these keys and they all look the same. And then you got to start trying all these keys. Does that even make sense? I always want to apologize because I'm a very polite person. I'm a good person, not always nice, but I am a good person. But do you know what I'm saying? It's you're so honorable that sometimes that honor can make you do things, give away things, or sacrifice parts of yourself that are actually to energies.
Caution.
Yeah. That don't want you to reclaim something about yourself. They don't want you to recognize it. And I'm not trying to beef up your ego or anything like that, or your spiritual ego, or your earthly essence, and etc. This just feels, I feel like if you're here and you're still here, because I've yammered on quite significantly, you know what I'm talking about to some degree in any placement in your life. You know at the heart of what I'm trying to say, because I'm trying to stay
Can
polite
you hear it?
and not be mean, but also be strong enough to say, to handle the emotions and be like, this is not okay. This is not okay. And sometimes it's okay to say, I love you, but I don't like you. Or I don't like how this is happening right now. Or this behavior, this pattern that I am held in and I'm accepting in some level, some way, shape, or form, because I'm secretly using it as an excuse. But I don't like it. Because I would like to see, but somebody else can, or something else, or a part of you can already see this and they don't want it to happen for one reason or another. Maybe, pokes the bear, or I don't know what it is. But whoever that is, Spirit's looking behind you saying, do you see that? Do you see them? And you're like, what?
Daniel.
I don't know, it's just a rock, it's just a tree, it's just a thing, it's just a cup. I don't know. Anyway, I feel like I've yammered on. Hopefully this was helpful. Again, I kind of want to recap. I want to recap that deception, discovery, change, and success was in here. Something's in disguise, but you can also use that to your advantage as well. On the prowl with their jaguar to reclaim maybe privacy. I'm going to let you go. Thank you so much if you have liked, shared, subscribed, and I will see you on the flip side or another time. Bye. Okay, sorry. File 3, your scroll set. I'll put the link below as it is revealed which set it is, as it is one of one. And if you want to be the soul that snags it, add it to a current scroll set you may have or get started. But let's dig in here. So your rune is the seal, and I'm going to give this a little quick read. The seal spirit brings love and is the guardian of wisdom. Seal teaches us to listen to our inner voice and to integrate our imagination with our minds. Seal spirit encourages us to follow our dreams and desires, and this will bring a calming transformation to our lives. It's for you. A calming transformation. Okay, sorry, let's go here. I'm going to take a moment just to kind of let Mr. Seal here settle in.
Knock.
Your Ted Andrews animal rune is Spirit's Owl. Come and knock on my door. Because maybe there's somebody knocking at your door. But it's like a nice knock. Like, it's a nice knock, not a nicky nicky nine door. Guardian of wisdom. And you also have wisdom here. Listening to that inner wisdom, perhaps.
Prison.
Okay, I'm going to take a few moments here to see what... Okay, we're taking the top one. So we have the Days of the Week scroll set, stepping forward. So if this is a set you're interested in and adding to your own set or getting started, awesome possum. I'll put the link below as it is very specific and it is one of one. All right. Sunday, Monday, Thursday. You know the drill as well. If you see, sense, or feel anything, please feel well to comment below. Ooh la la. Yeah. This is okay. I'm gonna dig in here. I think you're the first one where I needed my contemplation crystal ball. This is awesome. Awesome. You know when we were kids and they would have those bars at the playground that you could like swing around? I'm seeing it like, look at me. Look at me. Hanging upside down like a bat. It might be like moon style, but then you have the sun here upside down, but that's actually bringing me to, do you know what it is actually? It's like time zones. When it's, the sun is shining somewhere, it's nighttime somewhere else. Time zones.
Okay.
Yeah, there we go. I figured it out. I feel as though pile 3, people are looking at me. I don't know that it's a large group of people. I feel like it's one or two that are, I think that they've been with me through some practicing, or they could be spirit guides as well. But okay. And they're like, look, you're doing it. I don't know if that's validation for someone or in regards to something. You are doing it. They're giving it like an applause. Sorry, this message might also be for somebody specific. If they resonate with Palladians, you might have family or some sort of starseed frequency. They're very proud of what you're doing here on Earth.
True.
Okay, sorry. So I'm coming in here and I'm seeing this, how do I say? Progression of this person I feel like I'm doing a tribal dance of some sort, and by doing this dance, symbolically speaking, of course, I end up okay, replenishing. Thank you. Why am I okay, pile 3, you're just different. Got different vibes here, and I'm here for it. I'm here for it. But give me a moment if I look constipated or awkward, but you're probably used to it by now.
Angela.
Huh. That's funny. Because I just heard in my head Who's the Boss? The show Who's the Boss? And I just heard a ding from our toaster oven as confirmation. Ding, ding, ding. Oh, isn't that funny as well? Did we talk about a knock? Was that here? Knock, knock, knock. But it was a nice knock. Like, knock, knock, knock. Okay, sorry. There's also something about like an elevator. An elevator. And you know, like when the elevator doors are going to open, it makes that sound. Ding. Because it's an elevator ding specifically. Is this like... Okay, give me something else here. Sorry, hold on. Because I'm seeing progress or progression of something. I think it's of people. Monday meditation. Oh, sorry. I'm telling you, in your guys, whew, you got something different. You got something different going on. And that's okay. Just give me a moment. I'm going to grab a mega deck here. It's like I have an energy that is extraterrestrial, an energy that is inner terrestrial, and then I have an energy here, that is interdimensional. Maybe this is why I feel L all over the place. And then with the time zones, and this is my time travel or trance scroll for me. It doesn't have to be for you if you're the one who snags it, but for me it is.
This is strange.
We are strange and unusual here, and it's fantastic. So you can imagine why I'm feeling this. Do you know what I'm saying? Maybe you can resonate with different lifetimes. Alexa. It's like doing what needs to be done for enlightenment, stepping out and living it. But I think there's something about time frames, different time frames or time zones or travel or a trance state or transcendent. There's something about that. You popped out here, so I gotta take a look at you. Footprints, direction. Yeah. It's like when you're finding a path and you can see all these different footprints, different animals. Somebody is a tracker. Are you the tracker?
Soldier.
I got soul, but I'm not a soldier. Do you know what I'm not really sure that I know what's going on in pile 3 here, but I am going to do my best to do you justice, but hopefully your wisdom and the guardian of wisdom, maybe because it's guarded a little bit with the seal, and that's okay. That's okay. Maybe I just don't need to say a whole lot. 1111 messages from the numbers. See, now I feel like I'm calculating a location, a time zone, and a destination. Now I'm going to say it Jurassic, and it's like seeing little dinosaurs and then human footprints at the same time. But I think you can recognize your own footprints in different places and planes. And what your present, okay, because even see this card with the grounding, like see all these roots, and it wants to take me into like this inner earth kind of vibe feel, even though it's on the surface. It's like a gateway was closed and all these people, these energies went, kind of like how the Mayans just disappeared or something like that.
Please
Or
come back.
Atlantis or whatever the case is. And they're I think it is coming back. I think you might be connecting with the inner earth, the footprints of the future, the messages in the, I don't even know. There's not enough words here for me. I'll say it. I'm not smart enough for that. I'm trying to get out of the way. Okay, do you know what it's like? It's like you get direct. Sorry, that card is Soul Child. I don't know if I shared that or just kept it to myself. Soul Child. The Guardian of Wisdoms. You receive guidance from... See, I don't want to say something bigger or better because it's not a comparison. This is, what is this? I feel like maybe you just see it because I'm almost like seeing one of those camera lenses where they can make things look round or different. I think you just see things different. Some of you also might see soul. Soul. Not spirits per se, to the core, soul. Because it has something to do with a footprint or a blueprint of their soul. It's like a soul's blueprint, but I don't want to use the word blueprint. I want to use the word footprint. And the footprints on the ground, on the earth, the soul of the earth as well. Initiation by water. This is that replenishing feeling here. It's like something's being replenished from the inner earth through the root systems up to you. Does that make sense? This is why this is like Hangman Enlightenment upside down, because you actually dip your head towards the earth or your third eye and you receive up through the root system. But then you also receive as above, so below. As above, so below. Even in numbers. You're turning the dial, the compass of where you want to go through this big old guidance up here. Can I put you over here? Yeah? Okay. What's on the bottom? First ray of power. It's always the first footstep. That's the hardest? Is that what they say? Okay, no, we're actually going over here to this other mega deck. Mega decks. All right. Pile 3. If I didn't say so already, thank you for being here, for your support, your interactions. Drop an emoji. And again, the link is below if you're interested in this small scroll set specifically. Okay. Thank you. On the bottom is Peregrine Falcon. This is that Guardian of Wisdom. Listen to your inner voice and integrate your imaginations with your mind. Thank you. Spirits there. So where I want to start with, if I may, is this will card, specifically right here. Because that's what I'm seeing right here. Phases, planes. I don't even know what to say. It's also the card number 13 of integration. I also want to note here with this patient card, and maybe but I follow the art first. That's the portal. Like,
please go.
It's like inner earth, extraterrestrial. I don't know all the words I said before. I can't even remember. They're not. And I have to assess when I'm listening to the directions that I'm going, the guidance. What is this? It's so... interstellar and interdimensional.
You don't understand.
It's bringing me into the show. I think it's called Night Sky, maybe. And then Outer Range. And Jurassic Park. And La Brea. Like, there's so many directions and footprints that I'm seeing all at the same time. Interesting. Okay, sorry if that was a weird blurb there, pile 3, but I appreciate it. So right here, then I have boundaries and balance. Where are you? Balance and will. Sometimes, like, see how she's looking at this light and she's holding the light but has clouds over her eyes. Sometimes you need to sleep and not see. Like, I don't know if it's a trust thing. But there's like an assessment. An assessment.
It's outside.
It's like taking all the numbers. Angel, maybe you're receiving a lot of angel numbers and assessing where they might be placed. It's like a code. This is how I feel. It's like a code. And I'm receiving these things and I'm deciding, or it's like, are they longitude and latitude? Longitude and latitude? Are they cryptic? It's like reading a book and then highlighting certain parts of the pattern and you can pick out like almost like a word search and then there's words left over. And then it's like, oh, are these my next coordinates? But for some reason they're clues for you. Depending on the direction of how you translate them. Because I feel like you're like multi-language. It's like being bilingual, but multilingual.
Pisces.
But I feel, again, maybe it's in speech, of course, or knowledge. But it's like bringing your knowledge and your imagination together. But again, it's like space, earth, and time. But I really get the feeling it's like stars, inner earth, and then time. Is there time portals? Why am I saying time? Because it's like it's not so much about going to the past and the future. It's like always going to a present moment. It's like this is, okay. It's like somehow in this time thing, time jumping, I don't know, whatever the case is, I'm not going to the past or to the future. My perception, at least to Steph in this moment, I feel like I'm always going to a present moment. So I remove the past and the future constructs of how to
Angry.
fit. Oh, I just saw that whole shift there. Yeah. Okay. Thank you. I remove those so I don't have to contend with them. I'm always going to a present moment. No idea if that makes sense. I am so far out of my element. Okay. Let's go. Closing out messages for pile 3. Okay, thank you. So we have here cornucopia, 6th chakra, Archangel Metatron. I feel like that's Metatron up there as well. Then I have hostilities and financial constraints. And then in the middle, I have here door to personal healing and happiness. Do you know what this makes me feel like? Is that some planets, places, timelines, points on a map,
I know.
numbers, I don't really know. This is what it feels like. Cornucopia, Garden of Edens, if I may. You know, they're very replenishing. Then there's also other lands and places and time zones, maybe even in your own life, because this doesn't have to be so Steph's imagination going wild and intuitions being carried by that to like all these different planets and things. This could be in your own life and you can place it. You're like, yeah, I know when there's been
Jonathan.
hostiles and hostilities around me and financial restraints. And I've also known other moments of cornucopia and healings and happinesses. And I can also, feel these moments of being grounded and receiving, time traveling, regrets, memories. I wish, I want, I desire.
To your left.
I hear that. These portals that I've been patiently working through, and sometimes it's like being the bubble boy in Seinfeld, being stuck in a bubble, maybe of financial restraints, being in a bubble of my own happiness and cornucopia. And I'm like, I want to stay here. And then you leave heaven for a new experience, for growth, right? Whatever the case is. It's like going back to, I'm going to say going back, but going to a present moment that we would perceive as the past. And you're met with this, like, who are you? Get out of here. And then you're also maybe met with some very poor times or different countries, locations.
What date is it?
This door and this door. It's almost like, you make those choices along the way. How am I going to experience this? Because it's balance. By balance is having some sort of compassion, so that when I interact with other people, places, or things in the here and now, in this present, that may as well have some hostile energies within or without, that may have financial restraints within or without, that also has higher guidance, that also has heaven within their heart, personal healing and happiness. I can recognize all of these things, and I can choose to interact with different parts, different timelines, different perceptions, different planets within their blood, the whole kit and caboodle. Does that make sense? You're so wise, pile 3. It's almost like it's a crime. It's a crime. You're so wise. And that's kind of an interesting way to think, to inspire that thought. It's like, sometimes criminals are so good at what they're doing. It's like if they would just use their power for good. You know what I mean? That's what it makes me feel like. There's that integration that came in the seal, integrating it and then integrating it with will. I'm going to leave this here, pile 3. I want to thank you so much for being my muse, for holding space for me to share my insights and allowing me to be a guest in your aura. I hope this was of value. I hope it's educated or entertained, inspired. Truly, I'm so grateful. Like I said, if you're interested in this scroll set specifically, I'll put the link below. I'll see you for any other number that you've chosen or pile that you've chosen. And until next time, gratitude for you being you. Welcome to the secret scry. Welcome to the secret scry. I'm so glad that you made it through and you found the secret door, the secret scry. We are going to utilize my iScry scroll set, and we also have here your animal rune is the frog. Here you go. Just as a note, this set is not for sale. This is my personal set. Well, it might be at some point in time, but right now, anyway. Frog. The frog spirit brings creativity, patience in life transition, and acceptance of our many differences. Frogs adapt to land and water and are able to live in 2 different worlds. Your spirit frog can help you to leap out of your established habits so you can start anew and open up to new opportunities. Ribbit. Your Ted Andrews rune is Shine Dragonfly. All right. So that's pretty awesome. Shine into some luck as well. Frogs for me are always very good luck. And they're quite adorable, I hope you're doing well, Secret Scry. Thank you so much for being here. I love you. Dance with you once upon a dream. I'm very singy today, which is hilarious. And I am, well, for me, it's hilarious. Maybe not for you. But I apologize. Sorry, not sorry. All right. You know the drill. If you see, sense, or feel anything, please feel well to comment below. I love your comments, emoji drops, all that kind of good stuff. I love it. I love it. I love it. Okay. So I'm just grabbing another deck. That's stepping forward. Okay, so you know how some folks are really good at, like when I'm into the root space here or the bloodline, some are like generations. What I'm seeing is like generators. Some are really good at being idea. Some folks, maybe a part of you is really good at being the generator of ideas, and then you hand them off. You hand this dream off because I feel like you have access to a lot of things. And then it's like, who does the work? Do you do the work, the earthly work, or the IT work, or what part of the work do you do to help this come into fruition type feel? Because I feel like you can't do everything, of course, but maybe between your masculine and feminine energies here, you decide. It's like maybe sometimes the Queen of Cups or the Queen of Cups might mean something to you, generates an idea, and the King of Cups carries it out. And then likewise, sometimes the King of Cups has an idea, and it's best for the Queen of the energy to carry it out until it comes back together to be reassessed and then redistributed. Does that make sense? Okay. I'm seeing down in here, there's a llama head. There's a llama head. And there's these three little beings. Could be children. Could just, I feel like I'm looking at a miniature world, to be honest with you, of little mushrooms growing. And they are talking to someone something. They are viewing something. I'm viewing them viewing something. Yeah, that's how I'm going to say that. And I'm viewing just like this Queen of Cups in here.
Closet.
I feel like I'm watching something. I'm watching something. I also want to notice, between these two cups, Secret Scry, she's sipping, and I don't know if he's done or has poured out. And I'm just saying she and he for simplicity's sake. And talking about the energies, of course. They're both cups. But I feel like, interestingly enough, because in this well of dreams or well of nightmares, it's a kind of like could be watching like a true crime or a horror show, and he's like boating on the yachts and all that kind of stuff. There might be different pleasures, different pain tolerances, different tolerances in general, but I think again it's just bringing me personally into
Taurus.
Yeah, maybe it's a Taurian energy. When there's a generating idea, which energy is the most conducive to put it into play? Because it's almost like if you hand something off to say one or the other, and it's like, oh, then it becomes a nightmare. Because then the other one has to fix it, and then it turns into like a fixing situation versus acknowledging what should be. Right? It's like looking at the natural skill sets of your energy, where they naturally flow. Maybe this is a relationship within yourself that will be reflected outside through people, places, or things as well. Something about a teepee is coming through. I'm also seeing a creature here with eyes. It's really so cute. It's almost like so ugly it's cute. With eyes, and then it has like husks like right here. But it's kind of like, you know what it is? It's like if Popeye the Sailor Man, actually had tusks. Had little tusks. Yeah, Popeye the Sailor Man. Then I'm also getting a cowboy. I can like hear the... imagine a cowboy coming in, but very Capricorn cowboy with like the horns here, and stepping into the saloon. Howdy, cowboy, I am here. What can I help you with, ma'am? And it's almost like you would expect them or expect the energy given by the way they look or whatever Capricorn might mean to you. But it's almost as if they're so kind, like it's such a gentleman or ladylike energy. right? You would expect, you know, the CEO, or what are they calling right now? Like the boss bitch or whatever that vibe is. And they're really lovely. Like they have class. They know how to communicate. They know how to, do you know what I'm saying? It's not saying that they can't be nice or they're not going to be not nice.
Healing.
But overall, they're not this character portrayed by what should be. This is what a boss bitch looks like. This is what it looks like. No, that's what it could look like for some, but I'm getting the gist in here. You're like, and that's not, it's not necessarily how I want to vibe. Or
Another room.
maybe it is. Who the heck am I to say? I'm just simply here to read it, because that's what it kind of feels like for me. Lots of lassos on the sides as well. The Ten of Swords came out in the reverse. Interesting. Okay, can I flip you Aura Scroll? Yeah. I feel like I've watched someone or something, an energy fall from the top of a building onto the ground, and I'm up here and I'm looking down at this, and I'm looking at the layout. I'm looking at the layout of falls. It tells me things. Ironically enough, it falls back to the root space. It's like something about failure sometimes. How I feel about success and failures. Dun, dun, to the moon. Hearing full steam ahead. So it's almost like in some way, shape, or form, by taking a look at this from a bird's eye view. Thank you. Frog comes back in with the moon. It's like the Ten of Swords and then the Ten of Cups. And it's like, this is what I want for this King and Queen of Cups. And you know what's funny? The way I just heard that is like in bowling, a strike is a great thing. But then like in baseball, strike is bad. So it's maybe some sort of reflection of success, failures, this, that, or the other. Did I say that out loud? Masculine, instead of like judging the masculine and feminine energies as competing energies. Man, I'm going to say it. I kind of feel like if you're here for the secret scry, you're able to live in two different worlds, like the flux of your energies, your intuition and your intellect. Call it what you will.
I want to.
You can be a brute force.
I'm not sure.
You can be Beauty and the Beast all at the same time. That's what this feels like. It's probably not a nice way of saying it. Okay, I'm going to keep going here, Secret Scry. Ace of Wands is coming through, if that means anything to you. Okay. Towers in reverse on the bottom.
Chased.
The change, this has already happened for me to look at. That's already happened. That's how I'm feeling anyway. Now, there might be still a space of... You know, like if you were some sort of medical person, autopsy, the autopsy is still going on, taking notes, records. So for history, that's what it feels like, autopsy of like your own awareness of this Ten of Swords. And though it's in reverse, for me, it's not actually in reverse. It was just so that I could like look over this ledge to see it. But it brings about the Ten of Cups. This Ace of Wands, see the power in there? The way it's depicted? And then it's also here. King of Pentacles and the Four of Pentacles. Somebody might have hidden money somewhere as well. You might be handing off money or receiving money handed down from generations. Handed down from generations. Like you won't know. The inheritance is there because it's kind of been hidden, or it's like one of those things just nobody knew. You could be receiving that. Okay. Vampire hunger. Oh, what's your mama? Okay, let's keep going here. This feels more vampiric over here. Okay, give me a moment. Oh, it's knowledge. It's knowledge. It's a hunger for knowledge. Mystery. See, we were talking about like if it was like true crime or horror or like some medical weird show, medical mysteries that she's I don't know. Some of you might write mystery books as well. Or maybe that's just something that soothes and pleases you, relaxes you. Because then I have over here is cycles.
Dig.
Gormunga, I don't know. I'll just say Midgard serpent. Midgard serpent? That Celtic knot. Somebody is in a karmic resonance relationship. I think it's within the self. You're working it out. You're working it out. It's actually working in your favor. It is working out in your favor. Yeah, synergy. It's working out in your favor. And it's like this hybrid of sorts, like this mystery of how this...
This is strange.
It is strange, but, you know, we're here. Strange and unusual. It's like this lion and this goat of synergy. It's the dream and the nightmare, the king and the queen together. Successful. Well, there's even a snake there of that knowledge, like being bit. Oh, for heavens and hot dogs. It's like being bit. This is the tail, right? The serpent is the tail. It's like being bit by this hunger for more knowledge.
Recently.
Okay, sorry, thank you. This, remember when I was talking about the Ten of Swords, like I was standing on the ledge looking at that, and I kind of want it on this ledge here, and then it like, it's a waterfall in space, I don't know, but that's, I just suddenly got like that weird reverb, like if I don't like heights and your body does that weird thing. It's a synergy of something. Synergy of many knowledges, energies, the marriage between the masculine and the feminine or with somebody else. And then I have here Kali love. This makes me want to shine. This makes me want to shine. There are two skulls in here, and I think they're the skulls of these guys. You're kind of a force to be reckoned with, but it's almost like somehow a murder medical mystery, which is like the synergy of it. A murder medical mystery. Does that even make sense? I think it does. All right. Secret Scry. Murder medical mystery. What's up? Perfect feeling for the Secret Scry. I hope this did serve, inspire. I'm so grateful, educate or entertain. I'm so grateful for your attention and awareness. Truly, guys know that. I'm doing my best to evolve and help the channel and provide at the same time while maintaining a beautiful balance. So I do appreciate all your feedback, your comments, all that kind of good stuff. I will hopefully have openings for the personals returning in June.
Jackie.
So if you want to keep an eye out for that at iscry.ca or the buy me a coffee link. But otherwise, I'm not going to yammer on. You guys hear me yammer on enough. Please have a great day. Thank you so much for being you. You warm my haunted heart, and I love you. Until next time. Bye-bye.